Today is one such instance where Casanova and Juliet are again stranded in some place they aren't familiar with, Jurong East. Casanova and Juliet decides to scout for a suitable place to date using a mobile application that they recently installed, PaktorGoWhere. Upon logging into Casanova's account via Google+, the duo immediately sees that some of the friends that they are following have posted reviews about some dating places which they went last week. Upon closer scrutiny, they realize that those places such as Coup d'etat at Marina Bay Sands not only requires a great deal of travelling, but also inclines towards a pricey side, and thus, those recommendations do not meet their requirements. The duo decides to expedite the search by requesting for a random recommendation from the application. Casanova clicks on the Go Paktor button and was redirected to the Go Paktor page. He then clicks on the Surprise Me button, where they were redirected to the Surprise Me page. They were immediately greeted by a picture of the recommended dating place as well as other relevant details. However, as the recommended place at Esplanade is situated quite some distance away, Casanova and Juliet clicks on the search input box and keys in Jurong East to restrict the recommendation to within Jurong East. And instantly, Casanova and Juliet receives another recommendation, Snow City. While Snow City is seemingly attractive, the duo decided to give it a miss and carries on swiping for more random recommendation. Corresponding to the duo's series of prompts, the application returned the following recommendation: Singapore Science Centre, Jurong Go Club, and Atos Wellness Spa. Were the duo not constrained by their budget, they would have hopped onto any of the recommendations as all of them seemed really attractive. The duo decided to switch to a more advanced search to tailor the recommendations to their geographical and budgetary needs. Casanova clicks on the back button to go back to the Go Paktor page. He then clicks on the Paktor Mile button to launch the advanced search function. The duo were immediately presented with a list of recommendations along with several filters they could select from, such as location, type of activities, and sort by. The list of recommendations was by default filtered based on the following conditions. For location, it will be current location. For type of activities, it will be all. And for sort by, it will be on rating. Given the duo's price and distance considerations, the duo were immediately presented with a list of recommendations along with several filters they could select from, such as location, place type, sort by based on price per person, distance, rating. The list of recommendations was by default filtered based on the following condition. For location, it will be current location. For type of activities, it will be all. And for sort by, it will be price per person. Given the duo's price and distance consideration, they left the location filter untouched and clicks on the sort by drop down and selects distance. Instantly, the recommendation changes dynamically, and the duo are instantly presented with a refreshed list of recommendations based in Jurong East that are sorted in ascending order based on distance. Casanova then turns his attention to the price range slider, where he drags the slider to $30 to limit his budget to a maximum of $30. Again, the application refreshes and the recommendations that were more than 30 were filtered away. The duo then scrolls down the list and they already see something that intrigues them: the Singapore Chinese and Japanese Garden. The duo decides to prompt the application to provide more details on the recommendation. The duo gets redirected to a place that illustrates the following information: name of the place, Chinese and Japanese Garden. Address of place, 1 Chinese Garden Road. Price of the place, free. Distance away from the place based on current location, 1 km. Ambience rating of the place, 4.5. Value for money rating of the place, 5.0. Description of place: features northern style landscape architecture along with a fusion of imperial gardens and brightly colored buildings. The duo feels that this place fits their bill and decided to prompt the application for public transport navigation. Instantly, the duo are presented with a map which pinpoints the location of the Chinese and Japanese garden as well as step-by-step directions to the location. Following the navigation aids provided by the application, the duo manages to get to the location, and much to their delight, they had a scenic walk and an out-of-world picnic. The duo decides to write a review for the recommendation. They then end the day by saving the recommendation to the bookmark in their profile for future reference.